Representatives of the Georgia State Panthers, we have head coach Ron Hunter, as well as number 2, Malik Ben-Levy, and number 30, Jeff Thomas. Coach Hunter, if you could please start with a brief opening statement.
Yeah, I thought we were really good defensively, really got after it. You know, we've only played 2 games in the last 15 days, so offensively our timing is off. We had the week off here, we had the week bye right at the end of the season. So offensively we just, you know, we haven't clicked a little bit just because we just haven't played enough games. But our defense was really good, and we kind of took this game a little personal defensively. I know they're a really good defensive team, but we wanted to kind of let some people know that our defense is pretty good. So our seniors play great. That's what they do. They've been here before. You know, one of the things is experience. You know, how you prepare. It's not even about the game. How do you get here? How do you prepare? What do you do in a hotel? You know, we've been here before. We've been in semis. We've been in championship games. We've been in the NCAA tournament. So we know how to handle these things. And so this wasn't even about me. These guys know how to handle themselves in regards to trying to win a championship.
Thank you, Coach. This time we'll take questions for the student athletes only. Please raise your hand if you have a question and wait for the microphone, and identify yourself by name and media outlet. Questions? We'll go on the right side, right on the aisle.
Hi, Andrew Zimmel, University Star. Malik, you had a really good game today, you know, coming out your senior year. You said that Texas State, Coach mentioned Texas State was a good defensive team. What did you see to get your shots?
I know they're pretty much hard hitting, so like I feel like no 5 in the country could keep up with me. So while you out there hard hitting, I'm wide open. And I feel like I'm one of the best 3-point shooting centers in the country, so I was able to knock them down tonight.
Further questions? Slide number 2. All right, go ahead to the back.
Brianna Dahlquist, Georgia State University Television. First and foremost, congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the players. What does this mean, or this win mean for Georgia State University?
I think it's a lot, you know, but, you know, right, we're not done yet. We came here, like Coach said, to win a championship. And, you know, we're really excited to play in this game, and we've been ready all week. But you know, I feel like we're ready.
Malik, thoughts on what it means to the university?
It means a lot. I mean, we had a lot of ups and downs this year, and us coming to the Sun Belt tournament, being able to play this well on the defensive end. I mean, it's huge for the university. But like Jeff said, we're not done yet. We got one more to get into the NCAA tournament, and we got to finish the job tomorrow.
We're going to go to the aisle on the left.
They were really focused on Simon, stopping him today. So I guess what did you have to do stepping up offensively?
I mean, we know a lot of people focus on DeMarcus because DeMarcus is a great ball player. I mean, how could you not focus on him? So him drawing all the attention, just getting us open, and me being able to knock him down today was very huge for us. So, I mean, I can't thank DeMarcus enough because he's a great player to pass the ball.
And what's it like having an opportunity to repeat as champions tomorrow?
I mean, it's a good feeling, man. Being able to chance to repeat. I mean, of course, my senior year, I want to end up going to the NCAA tournament. You know, yeah, it's a huge stage to play on. So being able to repeat would be huge for me.
Going to the back now.
Anybody can answer this, or all 3 of you. Where do you get your swag from?
We were born with the swag. Everybody on the team got swag.
Yeah, we were born with that sauce, man.
They got swag because we won the league, and these guys aren't all conference players. Think about that. We don't have anybody all conference except for one guy. That's why these guys got swag. We got something to prove to the coaches, to the media. You can't tell me what we've done in this program, and these guys, since they've been here, have not been all league. There's a problem with the way we're doing that, but that's okay. As I told them, we don't care about individual awards. All we care about is who goes to the NCAA tournament and who brings those banners home. So that's the swag we carry.
Additional questions for the student athletes? Thank you very much, guys. You can head back to the locker room.
Let's get those guys out of here, too. Okay.
And we'll go ahead with questions for Coach now. We're going to start on the right side, right on the aisle.
Coach, you mentioned you guys didn't play for a week. It looked like in the first half especially that Texas State didn't have the energy, wasn't able to keep up with you guys. Do you think that the rest gave you guys fresher legs?
No, I just think our defense was better. Again, I mean, you give our defense credit. They only play one game. These kids play AU basketball, and they play 8 games in a day and turn around and do it again. So I don't buy into the tired thing. I just thought that our kids were great defensively, and we kind of took their will away. And so it wasn't about being tired or anything like that. I mean, they just played one game. And so it was more about that. We wanted to come out and throw the first punch, the second punch, and the last punch. That was our whole deal.
We're going to go in the 5th row right there.
Good game, Coach. Chris Taylor, New Orleans Junior Journalism Program. And, you said defense was a big impact for y'all, very important for y'all going into the game. How much did those 18 turnovers have onto the game? How much how did that impact the game for y'all?
Well, again, when you get into the conference tournament, man, everybody knows what you're doing, and you got to lock down. The best defensive team goes to the NCAA tournament always. That's what generally happens, and so that's what we wanted to talk to our guys about. We showed them a clip of a couple years ago when we won that magical game here, 36-37, and just shows you that you can win games, that way. We average about 80 points a game, but you're not going to do that in the NCAA tournament, and you generally are going to do that here. So you better be a really good defensive team.
Back to the right side.
Nigel Pearson, first team All Sun Belt. You mentioned that you guys do keep up with that. I know it doesn't affect you, but you do keep up with that. 0 of 10. So defensively, what did you do differently that everybody else in the conference wasn't able to do during the season?
Nothing. We just played our game. We played defense. And again, these guys knew that. And at halftime, we talked about how many points does Pearson got. So we came out, we said, let's shut him out. Because, he's a good player. And so that was these guys, we take pride in. That's part of what this program was built on, man. We take pride in our defense, and we want to shut guys, especially this time of year. Hard part for us is that the whole process of trying to get us to this point, I knew once we would get here, I wouldn't have to do anything. The process of getting here when you got a bunch of seniors, and it's like, okay, let's just wait till the tournament. It's kind of like I just let them out the cage, man. They're ready to go. And so there's no rah-rah speeches. There's no big – these guys are ready. They're on a mission. And that's why we don't celebrate. And we'll win this thing tomorrow. We won't celebrate. We want to get back to the tournament and win some games in that tournament. We're on a mission to get that done.
All the way to the back with the camera.
Brianna Dahlquist, Georgia State Television. Now, during all, 24 hours ago, DeMarcus made a point to say via Twitter, we're locked in. Mm-hmm. We're locked in. We're locked in. What are you guys going to do to stay locked in and stay focused tomorrow?
Same thing we've been doing. I would be more concerned and worried if this was a young team or this is the first time we've been here. I mean, we've been in these championship games before. This isn't, when we go back to the hotel, I don't have to worry. They know exactly what to do. They know how to get the ice, the cold tub. They know exactly what to do. They know there's games at 1 o'clock tomorrow. They know how to get themselves ready. And so that's the benefit of being here. I think that whoever we play, one of the things that, Texas, Arlington was here last year, but with a whole new team. So all those guys are new, and this will be an experience for them. Georgia Southern has been a while since they've been into the championship game. Again, experience does count for something. And so we know how to handle that moment.
Thank you very much, Coach.
All right,
we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.
This time we're joined by the representatives of the Texas State Bobcats, head coach Danny Casper and number 23, Alex Peacock. Coach, if you could please start with a brief opening statement.
Well, I've not quite been in a game where, I don't know if I've been in a game where, where we only shoot 21%. I thought our players play hard. I thought defensively they shot 32%, so I thought their defense was overall pretty good. We gave a lot of free throws up, but in some cases we had to try to get back into the game. But, you look at the stats, we were 15 to 16 from the free throw line. We out-rebounded 45-42, including 16 offensive boards. We had 3 more turnovers than they did, but the only stat that really glares out is it's a bad one. It's 13 of 61 from the field, and for 21%, and that's a very that's tough to overcome. That's just tough to overcome. All these players wanted to make those shots, so there's no one to blame. There's no one to point fingers at. It's just that it was a very bad night for us from the field, shooting wise, and I appreciate the efforts they gave, our players gave on the defensive end, because the other team shot 32%. In most games, when you hold a team to 32%, you're going to win. So as I told the players right after, very soon after the loss, when we met, I haven't quite been in a game like this very often, where you hold the other team to 32, you out-rebound them, and I wish we could have got more free throws, but we shot free throws well. So it's a very strange stat sheet to look at. Very strange.
This time we'll take questions for Alex. Please raise your hand and wait for the microphone. We'll start in the back left.
Alex, how do you feel like the chemistry was on the court today?
Same as always. We played the same. The shots just didn't go in. It's just basically how the night went.
Going to go to the right side.
First off, Alex, I want to congratulate you on a great career at Texas State. When you came to Texas State as a JUCO player, did you ever see yourself being one of the best leaders on the team, or one of the biggest leaders on the team?
Yeah. I mean, that's a role I've had to assume throughout high school, junior college, and now here. So it's kind of a natural role for me, and it was a role that it was fun to play. It was fun to lead the guys, teach the guys things. Being a part of this team is the best thing that ever happened to me.
I might comment, since we're talking to Alex, Alex only got 4 shots. I know we sat him down with some fouls, but Alex is our best three-point shooter. And if there's one thing I wish we could have done, is got him a few more looks from the field shooting the ball.
Additional questions for Alex? Thank you very much, Alex. If you want to head back to the locker room.
I'll take care of myself. Thank you.
We'll go ahead with questions for Coach. Starting on the right side. Then we'll move to the left now.
Coach, again, great season.
Thank you.
Nigel Pearson, of course, had a rough shooting night, 0 of 10. What did you like from him defensively?
What? Now say that again.
What do you like from Nigel defensively?
What do I want him to do? Or
what did he do that impressed you tonight, or did he not do anything?
I don't think Nigel played a very good game, and I'll be the first. I think he'll be the first to tell you that. In some cases, last time I saw this was 2 years ago when we were in the championship game. If I think Nigel gets so revved up sometimes and wants to play so bad that it can affect him in a negative manner. It's not a bad thing in terms of wanting to go. He's a very competitive person. But at times I wish I could dial it down a notch. And on the other hand, everybody knows he's our leading scorer. So when he's got the ball, everything's based on make him pass. Don't let him get a shot off. But he's had these games before. I mean, they all do. We all do. But tonight I think his rebounding was pretty good. But I think he'll tell you himself that he played probably one of his poorest games of the season tonight.
I wanted to follow up with that. Yesterday we mentioned the intensity of the team, the energy of the team. I have to ask, did you think that played a factor, not having as fresh legs tonight as you did yesterday?
No, I thought we played with a lot of energy tonight. Anyone who's played basketball or even in particularly college ball, but it's easy to let a lack of offense or a poor performance on the offensive end take away your focus. It's frustrating, particularly if the team is depending on you like we are on Nigel. And I saw it on a couple of occasions, which is why we took it out. I saw that look on his face like, I can't hit anything tonight. So let's get him out for a while. But he's for every game he's had like this, he's had 4 positive ones. And that's very important to note, that you got to take the good with the bad. And no one feels worse about, his performance than he does tonight. So, we won't even bring it up. Hopefully we're in some kind of postseason tournament and, we'll live another day. It may not be for the big dance, and probably the way the Power 5 controls the NIT, and it probably is not the NIT, but we'll hopefully play in another one of those tournaments that are out there, and let him continue to play, and let Trey and Alex in particular continue to play since they're seniors.
Going to go to the left side now. Oh, in the back on the left.
Coach, what did you tell the team during halftime? They shot 17%. What did you tell them?
I think at halftime we were down. Here it is, 28-15. And I told him, I said, look, if you'd have told me we're going to hold Georgia State to 28 points at half, like yesterday, and not know anything else, I'd take it. I would take that. They're a high-scoring team. But we just talked about getting ourselves going offensively, and I want to give credit to Georgia State. They're very good. They play with a lot of intensity, a lot of effort and hustle. Last time we played them, we lost them at our place 73-69, but that was with Nigel ejected on what was a horrible call. Was later confirmed by our officials, the people who deal with officials, and we lost Nigel for the last 11 minutes. And then we go to Georgia State and win a high-scoring game, 80-something to 70-something, or maybe they didn't even hit 70, I don't know, but we won by 12 or 14. And so tonight's game is hard to explain as to why we shot the ball so poorly, other than give Georgia State some credit, because they really played well today and on the defensive end. I thought both teams played well defensively. They were just better offensively than we were. So the point, to answer your question, I'm sorry, maybe I didn't answer it, is we talked a lot about the offense. We patted him on the back about the defense and just told him, man, we got to get it going on the offensive end. We changed a few things that, there was. I'm not saying that there wasn't a lot of shots contested, but we had some open looks too, and we just didn't knock down. Whether they played great defense or whether we got open looks, we could not hit shots tonight.
Yeah, I know the shots weren't falling in, but did anything else seem off? Like, were they, hyped for the game? Were they?
No, I think we talked about that earlier. I think that being too hyped for the game was something that was a possibility. They really felt like if they could, they felt like if they could get by Georgia State, we felt like that, not just they, that if you get by Georgia State, that would be our toughest opponent.
We have time for 2 more. We'll start on the left side.
Did she have a question?
Yep, we'll get it to her next.
Okay.
Josh Orozco, KTSW, Coach. Incredible season, not the outcome that you wanted. How do you believe that this season, not just for Texas State basketball, but for Texas State athletics, has impacted?
Well, I think anybody who's been to our games this year could see how exciting, how much fun you could have. My daughter went to Texas State. She graduated from there. And, when she was there, she would tell me, Dad, we don't go, we just don't go to very many athletic events. And I couldn't understand that. I just really couldn't understand that. I mean, first of all, you got to perform well. You got to put out a product that the fans appreciate coming to watch. especially when you're in an area like ours, when you have all these event things going around you between San Antonio and Austin. But I thought we put out a product that the fans could appreciate, but also the fans made it special. 7,000 one game, a bunch of 5,000s. I want to say we led the league in attendance. I'm not sure about that, but I think I was told that. And, I thought the fans came out, the students in particular, came out and had a lot of fun. And that's what I want it to be. I want them to have fun. And come on out. You get in free. The beer costs money, but everything else is free. So I hope we've established something to where people can say, I can't wait till next year.
Thank you.
Now, we got two big shoes to fill in Trey and Peacocks. We got some big shoes to fill, but at least it's only two. So I think she had one.
We'll go to the back.
Brianna Dahlquist, Georgia State Television. First and foremost, Coach, tough loss tonight. It's no secret. But I want to congratulate you on an incredible season. As a sideline reporter for Georgia State University, you guys played with, so when you came home, because I don't travel, but when you guys came to Georgia State University, you guys played with so much intensity, and you guys whooped Georgia State up. Now, during the first half, I think it was a little bit chaotic with all the turnovers, everything going on. I felt like, maybe Texas State was a little bit frustrated. Do you think, that was the emotion of the team?
I agree with you. I was frustrated on the side here. So we turned it over way too much. Jalen Shedd has been a key part of our turnaround success. He's our starting point guard. And, I think he's another one. There's several. It's just not him. But, when he plays well, he's your quarterback. And your quarterback's got to play well. And so I don't think he had his, I think he had one of his poorest games of the year. He had 8 rebounds. He played hard. He tried. But sometimes I thought our guys tried to do a little bit too much. With 14 on the clock, was there still half the clock's left? So this is something we'll talk about quite a bit in spring. And, you just got to trust the system. The system got us 24 wins. I think they did. They trusted the system on the defensive end. I don't think they trusted the system on the offensive end as much.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.